Well, it's New Year's Eve. That means the new year is beginning tomorrow, 2015. Do you have a Bible reading plan? Are you set and ready to go with that and excited about it? I hope that you are. If not, I would like to maybe take a couple of seconds to encourage you in reading the scriptures next year by showing you some different avenues in which you can do that. If you look at the board to my left, I'll remind you first of all that there are about 929 chapters in the Old Testament, 260 in the New Testament, which gives us a total of 1,189 chapters. Now you can conquer those chapters reading through them by either reading 3 1/4 chapters every day next year, or secondly, you can read 4 1/2 chapters a day, 5 days a week, taking the weekends off, and read through the whole Bible that way. Maybe you're really ambitious next year and you want to read through the Bible twice. If so, you can read about 9 chapters a day, 5 days a week, taking the weekends off, and you'll read through the whole Bible next year 2 times. But maybe your schedule just doesn't allow you to spend that much time reading. If not, you can pick out just the New Testament. There are 260 chapters in the New Testament and approximately 260 work days during each year. That means you can read about 1 chapter a day, 5 days a week, taking the weekends off, and by the end of the year you've read the whole New Testament. That's called the 260 plan. Or finally, the last option for us that many of us neglect is the Old Testament. Maybe you want to jump back into the Old Testament next year and read it. If so, you can read 3 1/2 chapters a day, 5 days a week, take the weekends off, and you'll read the whole Old Testament next year. Guys, it's important for us to be in the Word. Paul commended the elders in Ephesus to the Word in Acts chapter 20, saying that through the Word of God's grace, they would be built up and receive an inheritance among those who are sanctified. And we know that all Scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine and reproof and correction and instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be complete, thoroughly equipped for every good work. As we read through the Bible next year, it's my intention on Sunday nights to preach a message that goes along with the chapters that were read. So if you're reading through the whole Bible, this week you'll read around 10 chapters in the book of Genesis. On this Sunday night, I plan to preach from Genesis chapter 3. Next Sunday night, we'll be looking at a passage from the next 23 to 25 chapters. That means from Genesis 11 to around Genesis 35. I'll be preaching a key passage from those chapters while also bringing in the larger context in which it was written. Will you join me this year as we walk through the Bible and see the big picture about what God is up to?